It's a great time for fantasy geeks out there. There are just so many shows already out and in production. The imaginations are alight, so strap in folks. The bounty hunter we all love is coming back to scour the lawless lands pretty soon. After airing for 2 awesome seasons, The Mandalorian's all set to return to our screens with Season 3. And today, we'll be talking about its themes as shared by the cast. First up, an Entertainment Weekly video's out, and it's given us some juicy details. In a video generously shared by Entertainment Weekly, the central cast, director, and executive producer of The Mandalorian sat down to talk about the upcoming 3rd season. The released video was recorded following the Lucasfilm panel at D23 in September, so at the time of its recording, the teaser trailer for the 3rd season had just premiered on YouTube, and it had gotten us excited for sure. Anyway, the crew let us all know about the little things we're all so curious about before a show comes out.
He's not the only one, and what does that mean? So this season is really about kind of bringing all that together.
What it was like to record it, what's to be expected story-wise, and of course, the themes. Moving on, Famuyiwa shared that Season 3 is about bringing it all together. Rick Famuyiwa, the director and the executive producer for the show, talked about the characters' journeys so far and where they'll be headed moving into the upcoming season. He shared that at the heart of the show's always been a very simple concept. The Mandalorian meets a young child and how the relationship that develops affects him. He explained that after coming into contact with the child, the Mandalorian's decisions took on a different sort of weight. Everything he's done since has been raising the stakes when it comes to storytelling. He's met people outside of his usual affiliations, and he's been grappling with what's the meaning behind being a Mandalorian. But according to Famuyiwa, Season 3 is going to sort of be a climax of all that character exploration. Ooh, we're intrigued for sure, Mr. Famuyiwa. Going on, he went on to say that it's already been made clear in the teaser that even though the show's been running with our original Mandalorian, he's not the only one out there. And so, what does that fact mean for our story? Well, Famuyiwa said that Season 3 is going to bring it all together and tie in the questions running through our heads right now. Further up, let's catch up on what the cast members had to say about the themes awaiting their characters. Heading right into it, Katie Sackhoff, who plays Bo in the series, has shared that major growth and evolution await her character this season. She told us that Bo's always had clarity when it came to believing who's the real Mandalorian.
Got to figure out what both looks like, how she sounds, but also what her face does.
The reason for that lies in the way that she was raised, but now her belief's going to be put to the challenge. Sackhoff informed us that what she loves about Bo in the upcoming series is her growth. She shared that her beautiful lesson will be the learning that comes with this understanding, so Bo's totally going to be dealing with the theme of grasping change. The actor who portrays the Armorers also shared what her character's going to be up to in the new season. Emily Swallow pointed out that one of the most awesome traits of the Armorer is her bravery. She's not one to shy away in the face of a challenge. Although she spent a fair amount of time watching others grapple with challenges, Swallows told us that it doesn't at all mean that she can't rise to meet one of her own. The truly unique part, she shared, is the fact that a lot of learning comes from witnessing others. In short, from what Swallows shared, we can say that the Armorer is going to be on a bit of a learning curve the next season. We can't wait to see the exciting adventures. Next up, let's see what Esposito's got to say about his character, Moff Gideon. No one plays a stealthy yet ingenious character like the talented Giancarlo Esposito. Part of the reason for that is the way that he understands and identifies with his characters. We mean, it's all too clear if you hear him talking about Moff Gideon. He's totally in awe of the character and the world he inhabits. Esposito talked about why Gideon wants to be a Mandalorian, and according to him, it's to do with the character's psyche. Gideon recognizes the truth that the might and power of the Mandalorians aren't actually because they're individuals. The large part of it comes from the fact that they're part of a group with a purpose, goal, and values. This is what draws Gideon to it. Pointing at Pedro Pascal in the video, Esposito shared that Pascal's character's struggle is a great thing of beauty. And it's not just a random quest. It's something that's a part of his body and his voice. There's a purpose behind the whole thing, which is why his personality's so phenomenal. And maybe Gideon sees this too. Man, Esposito sure put a lot of thought into it. And listening to him, we've got to say, totally, we get it. There's a great attraction in the Mandalorian, and he's definitely a figure one would try to be. Gideon's going to be a major character in Season 3, and all these observations shared by Esposito are definitely going to form the theme that develops between Gideon and the world of The Mandalorian. Moving on to the most important question, what's the new season going to look like? So, just by looking at the teaser, we're stoked to find out that the show's looking pretty dark. Mando and Grogu are together again, and seemingly, Bo-Katan's giving off serious rival vibes. And guys, the star of the show, Pedro Pascal, the man himself, has said that Season 3 is even better than the last one. And we all know how jaw-dropping the last one was. Was. Pascal hinted at the evolution of the relationship between Grogu and Din. Very exciting stuff. While Weathers hinted that Season 3's got more action and more character. Esposito shared that it truly builds on what's come before so far. After hearing such great things, we've got to say, we can't wait. We're totally ready for some awesome television moments that this show's guaranteed to deliver. The Mandalorian's already given us some great TV moments already, though. Let's talk about the 6 best moments from The Mandalorian so far. Coming in at number 6, we've got the first meeting between Din Djarin and Grogu. When IG-11 attempted to move in for the kill after registering an unidentified object, the Mandalorian got rid of the droid altogether. The object turned out to be a child, and after the impulsive decision to do away with the droid, the Mandalorian came to be in a fated relationship with Grogu. The Mandalorian was immediately clear that it was his moral duty to protect him from there on, and so the journey began. Moving on, at number 5, we've got the inclusion of "This is the way." This one phrase is so much more than just words in the word of a Mandalorian. It's what dictates the code of life for the Mandalorians, and we see Djarin letting this phrase become a part of his identity. Throughout the first season, Djarin's character eased into the usage of the phrase and cemented his link with the Mandalorians. Next up at number 4 is Ahsoka practicing the Force alongside Grogu. It's already been foretold by Bo-Katan Kryze that Din Djarin's bound to come across a Jedi on his journey, and Ahsoka made quite a magnificent entrance in Season 2. After refusing to teach the child, Ahsoka never quite explains why, but she later informs Djarin that the child's past trauma puts him under the threat of being more vulnerable.
You cannot train him. His attachment to you makes him vulnerable to his fears.
Just seeing this character in live action's truly been a delight, and it's been done superbly in the series. Further on, at number 3, we've got the moment that the Darksaber appeared. Darksaber comes from the Old Republic. It was created by a Mandalorian Jedi named Tara Vizsla. It's an object totally one of its kind, which is why its presence in the show caused us to hang on at the edge of our seats. It's made its way to Gideon after being wielded by thousands who came before. Even though we still don't know how this ancient relic of magnificence came in the hands of Gideon, getting to see it was definitely one of the best moments in the show. Next, at number 2, we've got the arrival of the legendary Luke Skywalker. So we've got to give it to the showrunners for this one. This was totally unexpected and glorious. Even in a world of such fast connections and various production teams, they delivered quite a surprise. No one saw it coming. But boy, were we glad that we got to see it. And finally, at number 1, we've got the goodbye moment between Din Djarin and Grogu. At this emotion-filled moment, we got to see the Mandalorian without his helmet. The moment was astoundingly human, and the removal of the helmet really shone a light on the close bond that the two share.
I'll see you again.
We're sure that we're going to see many other moments to talk about soon when The Mandalorian Season 3 comes to our screens. That's all from our side for today. Are you excited about the upcoming season? What was your favorite moment in the show so far? Let us know in the comments below. It's goodbye for now, and see you at the next one.